You don't
Look at the eyes. Look at the eyes, John.
No.
Look at the eyes.
No, mate, you don't do
Scary,
it.
innit? Yeah.
No. All I see is the bit of smile, mate. Because people say the amateurs are very competitive.
They are very competitive, but it's just a different game.
Yeah.
As soon as that's done, it's my time. Like as a pro, you just know that. You know, round 2, round 3, you're like, all right, it's time now. And then you just set about them, do what you're doing.
His opponent, fighting out of the blue corner, here is Ekow Essuman!
Yes. Welcome to the 13th and final round podcast.
And today we have a special guest.
Yes, we do. We have Ekow, the engine, Essuman in the house. Yeah.
How you doing, Ekow?
Yeah,
Nice
I'm good.
to have you on
guys.
the 13th final round podcast. And how are you today?
Yeah, I'm good, thanks.
What's good? What's new? Tell us what's happening, man.
What's good? What's happening? Me, I'm just currently making a few changes to my style after my last match. I've been in the gym. Today, literally, I've come down from Loughborough Power Base. I've been sparring there. Yeah, that was good.
Is it good?
Yeah, good.
You can tell us how we don't.
No, I still look fresh-faced.
Look fresh.
Yeah.
Is that the Ekow or is this just fresh in the gym?
Just fresh.
Okay.
Taking care of myself.
Does Ryan Amos go down there as well? I was talking to Ryan
He was
yesterday.
there today.
Yeah, I was talking to him yesterday and he said he was down there yesterday.
Okay.
It's crazy in a small world. I need to catch up with Ryan. Ryan, I'm going to catch up with you. I wanted to ask you about your name. I've always been fascinated by your name. Every time I see you come up I read the bill and who's going to fight in the bill. Your name has that kind of feel that stands out. Your name says everything. Personally, I don't think you need a nickname because the name says everything. But is there meaning behind the name?
Meaning behind my name, where I was born in Botswana, the name is translated as a present. But where I'm from, Ghana, by blood, you get given names as day names.
Okay.
And that basically means on the day you were born, you can pick from different names.
Right.
And how you pronounce my name is Ekow. So it's Ekow Essuman.
So basically everyone says your name wrong.
Yeah, but you know what?
And you need to. I want to work on it. You need to tell me how it is. I want to work on it because my wife's from Indonesia and it took me like 20 years to work on it.
I don't take no offense because you know what? So I've been called some different names. If you can say Ekow, I'm happy.
Yeah, just call you the engine. Like in my wife's country, Indonesia, they do a similar thing. So my wife's name, Fika, means first. Yeah. And her brother's called Twist, it means second. Yeah. And her brother's called Norris, it means third. Yeah. So it's culture, innit? So the first thing I want to ask you is, got any information on the next fight? Do we know anything about it?
Next fight, I'm currently in talks for getting out possibly towards the end of March or April.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
In talks of big fights and kind of activity fights, but I want to get right back to it.
Of course.
I'm number 10 in the IBF.
That's good.
I want to keep that rolling, get my rank better again.
Yeah, it's about staying active. Before you know it's all over and done with, right? So you want to be trying having 3 fights a year if you can, and you want to get some of that Saudi money, right?
Yeah. Oh, who doesn't?
I've been praying that he gets on the 5v5.
That 5v5 would be good.
Who would you fight in that 5v5? Who would you call out? Who would you like to fight at that? So it has to be a matchroom fighter, right?
It has to be a matchroom fight. For them, it's Conor Benn, isn't it?
I was thinking that.
But you know what? The thing with him is, like, everyone that's tried to fight him from Britain, you get trouble from the board and whatnot. Yeah. So it's just, you know what? I'll fight whoever whenever, as long as it's in Saudi.
What's interesting about meeting you, so the way we met, we was into the Francis Ngannou AJ press conference, and he sat behind us, and I whispered to him, that man behind you is former British champion, he thought your mate.
It's funny, no, sorry, no disrespect, but I didn't know. But as soon as he mentioned Darren Tetley, I thought, I think I've seen him. I know now. That's why I turned out to you. I said, yo, what go on?
And I've lost my train of thought there. What was I going to say?
You just mentioned to me that
No, I've lost my train of thought there. I was going to say something. So you fought his mate Darren Tetley on the Wilder, the Fury White. Dylan White. And that's what I was going to ask you. I'm like, so we met down there and we got talking, and which led us today. But the impression I got of you was a really intense fighter, and then when I met you in person, you're completely opposite to what
I always say to people, I'm the happiest angry fighter you'll ever meet.
Dude, when does that
spark?
When does it kick in? Because we see you around fight time, though.
The gloves get on.
Gloves get on. Vaseline goes on your face. You know, you've done your warm up pads. You know it's time.
Because I remember seeing you at some of the weigh-ins, and some people tried to eyeball you and this, that, and the other, and I could see that moment where you're like, okay.
I think it starts at the weigh-in as well, because they want to suss you out as well. The boxer want to read your eyes and see if he's. Let me see what he's got inside him. If he's got in fear, you know what I mean. So I think it's the weigh-in it starts from. That's
a happy fighter is a good fighter, though.
Happy fighter is a good fighter.
It's hard enough boxing with the pressures of boxing, and trying to put pressure on yourself. You understand what I mean? You got to enjoy it.
You got to enjoy it. If you're not enjoying it, then what are you doing?
Yeah, exactly.
You're putting yourself through a lot to not enjoy it. So
we were having a good conversation with Jawed Khalik before we came here, and I was like, well, what I do now with nutrition and all the rest, and being surrounded by other influencers that have got millions of followers and listen to what they're saying. When I was a kickboxer, the last 2 fights were the only 2 fights that I remember feeling like I belonged there, like I didn't get nervous anymore. Every other fight I got nervous. I'm at a stage now with what I do with the nutrition where I don't feel nervous to talk to anyone about it. As a fighter, have you arrived at that place where you know you belong at that place?
I've arrived at that place where I feel ineffable, like whatever. I know what I'm doing. I know I belong. I know where I want to go. I know where I'm going. So
I love that.
So as you're going through the ring, going to withdraw the ring, you feel focused. That fear, you still have a little butterfly. That's what we're saying.
It's excitement.
Excitement, or is there a little bit of fear to think in your head? Yeah, you're fit, but you still got a little fear to think, what's there's a fight?
You know what? I would be more put off with myself going into a fight if I didn't.
Exactly.
If I wasn't nervous. Because nerves is people don't know it's good energy.
Yes.
Good. You just have to use it.
You don't want to get because
you don't want to be comfortable.
It's somewhere between. It's somewhere between. It's like you don't want to be nervous, but you want to feel like you belong there. I know I belong here. Like so, it's funny because we've all been around boxing for a very long time. And I remember when I first started out, I went to Sheffield. I was around Naz every day. I get starstruck being in the gym around Naz, being around Johnny Naz, all these names. And then I got comfortable around it. And then the way I like to explain it to my friends who love to watch boxing but are not around the boxing game, it's like a bit like imagine a circus. You go and sit in a circus and you think it's all amazing, but that's just their job. And like if you take all the cameras and the press and all the hype away, it's just people doing boxing. The cameras come along and turn it in this small thing into this big thing. But you've got to, like when I arrive at them press conferences now and I'm talking to fighters, there's always a little bit of nerves because that keeps me on edge.
Just opening doors first to get in it.
But I feel like I belong, and I think it's important that you get to a stage with what you do where you feel I belong here, because the expectation of others can sometimes make you question yourself. You have to get the day that the experts, you're the expert, right? You're the fighter.
You have to get rid of that imposter syndrome. That's what
the one I'm talking about.
You have to get rid of that. You have to know you're not an imposter. You're here because you're here.
And there are some things that you can do, like going out and doing sparring. And have you had? You don't have to name names, but have you gone out and put yourself in situations where some people, let's say, by the media's acceptance are ahead of you, have you put yourself in situations to test yourself?
Yeah.
Is that what's given you a lot of confidence?
Yeah, like one name that I've sparred before, Kel Brook. Did some rounds with him. This was maybe a couple of years back.
Yeah.
And I remember he came out the ring and he said to my coach, "He's not even breathing." And I was like, and then, like he's not even breathing. Like, is he that fit? And in my head I was like,
that's good.
Yeah. No, you know what? I do have a good engine, because you know what? Like, people might call me the engine, but I don't. I live by a train of thought where never believe your own hype. So just because people are hyping about this doesn't mean so I don't need to do as much fitness because I've got a good engine, so that'll just help me do that. Like I work tooth and nail day in, day out, make sure I'm fit, make sure my recovery is good, make sure I can go to 100, have 5 seconds off and I'm good to go again. You're not complacent anyway. I'm not complacent. No.
That's what Morton looks like. We've seen the documentaries, right? We watch somewhat like a documentary on a fighter, and like you're thinking, oh man, if he'd have just trained, if he'd have done all them things, and then the people watching that documentary, they make the same mistakes, and sometimes you're like, how could these same mistakes be made, right? But it takes a fighter to actually say, I'm not going to be that person. I'm actually going to learn from that, because when I look at Mike Tyson's career, I think as much as Muhammad Ali is my absolute GOAT, but Customata don't die and then certain circumstances don't die, and he stays in the gym and he trains.
It would be awesome. It would be awesome.
He'd just be on a different level. Different level, wouldn't it? Do you understand what I mean? But it's good that you do preparation. We've been around a lot of guys that, we if we're totally honest, we can see that they're not putting the effort in the show.
Definitely. Definitely.
And it catches you up.
I'd call myself a 1%er. Like, I even have a sports mindset coach, Lee Johnson. He's always telling me, you got to look at all these people that are above you, look for the clues to success. You got to study them. You got to think, why does he do that? Why is he doing that then? And why is he not doing that? Like maybe a few weeks out or a few weeks before, and then you work out certain things.
I'm trying to think of the guy's name. The guy who's just taken over at Manchester United. Is it David Boystein? Basically, his mindset is he come into any business. He's done it with the cyclists. He's done it with business. They hire him to come in, and he looks at, say, how many departments you got? Let's say there's 100 departments or 60 departments, and he just tries to improve every single department by 1%. And that 1% then is the difference between you being the best and almost making it. And it's true. It's so true, because when you're at a certain level with athletes, 1%'s
it's a big number.
You know, even in a round, like if it's like you're going into the last round and it's a close fight, that's the difference, right, between you getting it over the line, and that's the mindset stuff, and that comes from preparation. Preparation. The route to success is preparation, right?
Ekow, we're gonna get off of boxing now. I want to know you. Everybody wants to know who you are. Everybody's want to know you. You know what I mean? Obviously, you were born where?
In Botswana.
What was it like over there, living over there?
Oh, Botswana was a beautiful country.
How many come over here?
Botswana was a beautiful country. I was born there, but due to some of the legislation, I didn't actually class as a full-on citizen. I had a residence leave to remain on my residence permit.
What's that?
So I could live there, but I couldn't work.
That's kind of what I'm doing in Indonesia.
So it was always kind of a ticking time bomb of when I had to leave. But a lot of people I was around in Botswana that were also born there ended up leaving the country to go to university elsewhere anyway. Just because obviously, like, you come over to England or the US and the accreditation from uni degrees is a lot more higher than in certain parts of Africa. Even though I would say certain parts of Africa, the level of education might be slightly higher than here. So it was a mix-up of that. My mum owned a fashion and textiles business out there.
Yeah.
She was rubbing shoulders with the president out there, making all the national, like, the uniforms and garments for them and whatnot. And my dad was head of agriculture at a school that he was at.
Yeah.
Awesome.
And he actually came to Nottingham University to do a PhD in education. And I was at that point, he felt like I would benefit from coming over with him.
So you lived over here with him?
Yeah. So I came over to the UK in 2001 when I was about 9.
Yeah.
Wow. Yeah. No, tell a lie. No, I was 12 going on 13.
That was just after 9/11 then.
9/11.
Both, yeah.
2001,
we
right?
was in Manchester then, weren't we? I was in Sheffield that time then.
Manchester.
Yeah, I was leaving Manchester to go to Sheffield because we swapped over. That's how we crossed paths.
That's another story. I was in Sheffield deciding to go train in Manchester, and he left Manchester for Sheffield.
Yeah.
So basically we didn't know each other. So I had this bedroom in Sheffield and I left it. We figured this out years later when we got to know each other. So he took my bedroom and I took his bedroom. The other side. the chances of things like that. Yeah, small world. Yeah. So when you came over here, you got settled in over here. Did you feel at home straight away? Do you feel at home in England?
Yeah, no, I feel at home in England. It's it was funny. I always say to a few people, I feel like I'm a African traveller because I was born in Botswana with Ghanaian parents at home, so that Ghanaian culture, but then learning the Botswana culture and language and everything. Then I came over to the UK with that Ghanaian upbringing in a Botswana culture. Into like
England and
English culture, and that was like culture shock.
Were you able to speak English?
Yeah.
So
I learned English in Botswana.
Right.
However, it was more American English.
So like my wife was the same
so I
way.
was saying things like sidewalk and trunk in the car and stuff. So obviously people bantered me. People bantered me.
When you went to school over here, obviously you went to school. What was it like over here when
I just got bantered, but you know what? I was a big child. Like,
really?
When I was 8, 9-ish, I probably weighed as much as I do now.
So that's where the boxing started.
I was a unit. No,
it's weird that because I was a big kid.
Yeah, I went through a lot of sports. Whilst I was in Botswana, I started off on rugby.
Right.
I was decent at rugby. I was nifty on my feet and whatnot.
What position?
I couldn't even tell you because it was that long ago. Just playing. It was like, yo, get this ball, get it across the yard. All right. Get in the scrum and all that.
I bet you was a winger, right?
Run fast. You run fast with the ball. There you go.
I was always on the right wing.
I hated rugby anyway. It was too cold for me, man.
His son's American football player.
My son played rugby first for Bradford Bulls, and then he moved on to NFL. Now he's moving away. I couldn't leave him.
It's a good problem to have. So I got into cricket as well. Swimming. I got on the swimming team whilst I was out there. Black people can swim. And then
don't think, lad. Don't think. I can swim, mate. Like a fish, my youth.
That belly's like a boy.
Don't watch his belly, man, John. I keep telling you, man.
And then when I came over to the UK, I started. I got into playing football. I played up front on the wing or striker.
Who do you support?
I'm not even going to get into that. I'm not even going to get into that. Because I don't follow football anymore.
Right. What you used to follow?
Who did you used to follow?
That don't matter, man.
It doesn't matter. Come on, man. You get fans if you get the right team.
If you get the right team, innit?
I'm a Man United supporter. I'm a Man United supporter.
That was the team. Man U. But it was back in the day. But it was back in the Van Nistelrooy days. You give him the ball in the box and it was going in.
Okay.
But I got into boxing later on in my life, and I just felt like I couldn't dedicate enough time to like properly following football. So I thought, you know what? Don't even call yourself a supporter. Watch it from the outskirts, and
I know what you mean. I've only just started watching football the last few years again.
He's trying to make me watch football. I can't get into it. But I'll give it a go. You know what I mean?
But I mean, for the big matches like the World Cup and that, like
it's exciting. I went like 10 years without watching Man United. I've just started watching the last few years again. I think when Ferguson left, I lost interest.
Last time
went down.
Last time I came watch football ball with you last time and I lost. And they smashed the telly up, didn't you?
You tell too much. Yeah, because we lost against City. I can't stand City, man. They cheated, man.
The derby, yeah.
Cheated, man. The cheaters. You don't understand.
We're mental, man. Calm down.
But it's City and Liverpool, man. It's personal. People die on them days. You know what I mean? These guys have got 116 crimes, and if any City fans are watching, you guys are going to the second division, mate. Cheaters, man. Nottingham Forest got like found out for one crime and got like 10 points taken off. It's ruthless, man. It's ruthless. But
so after that, I got into basketball. Yeah, I got to England level.
So you're an athlete.
I'm an athlete. You know what? It helped me lose all that weight.
The basketball.
That's what all the sports. Just every little one, everyone added onto it. Like I lost a different part of. Lost from there. Lost from there. Lost from there.
So we're gonna ask some questions to Ekow and get to know him a little bit better. This should be fun.
Okay, Ekow. What's your favorite boxing movie?
One of the Rockies.
Which Rocky?
The one with Drago in it.
Oh, that's
Rocky 4.
Where,
Why?
Because it was just Soviet style.
Yeah. What give it that buzz? What give it that buzz out of
the
Rocky
music
4?
as well.
The music, the mountain,
music,
the snow,
atmosphere. When they were chasing him when he's running through the snow, and this guy who's training like a machine, and he just come in there and did his thing.
Okay. Yeah, man. Okay. I'll give it.
I'll go with it. Rocky's,
you give one, John.
Rocky's my favorite.
With Rocky.
And outside of Rocky's, Cinderella Man.
Yeah,
Cinderella.
Do you think Hurricane?
Oh, the one in the prison.
I think that's
this is the thing. This is why I can't have a proper favorite because all of them. You're just like, no, this was sick. No, that was good.
They're good for different.
But you know what you're gonna do? You'll be watching that Streets of Gold and you're gonna come back to me. Yeah, man, Donovan, you're right, man.
No,
trust.
I guarantee you, you're gonna be saying, please don't bring him back.
Streets of Gold is an old movie, boxing movie, right? With Wesley Snipes. Check it out.
I give it 1 out of 10.
Anyway, we'll carry on.
So my question. What's your favourite animal?
What's my favourite animal? Squirrel.
A squirrel? Why?
Because they're nifty. They're quick.
Yeah.
They can look kind of cute sometimes. And squirrel.
Yeah.
Johnny said silverback gorilla. I can go with that. I like silverback gorillas.
Now, there's a difference between favourite and coolest.
Okay. Yeah. Okay, we have to put that down for the next guest.
Yeah.
What have you got?
Okay, what's your favorite? What's your advice? What you've received favorite advice from anybody?
What advice have you been given, which is best useful for your life?
Be unapologetically you.
Yeah. Ooh. Did you take that?
I like that.
Yeah. It's easier said than done, but I'm living to it.
Yeah.
Okay.
Be you, do you, right? Don't worry about anything else. Okay. What is, and this is a hard one, I want now to answer this. What is your favourite knockout of all time? In fact, let's put it this way. What is and you could put yourself in the equation, either your favourite knockout, what you've had, or what you've seen.
My favourite knockout, what I've had was probably the Danny Bowl match. Because of the finish, because I was in the Lions Den, I was defending my titles in Birmingham. He's a Birmingham lad who was big. Yeah. And also because after that, me and him, we stay in contact and I have so much respect for him because he even came down I helped him spar for one of his matches afterwards. That's good. And for someone to come back from that, obviously I've done that to him. He's come back. No ego, just come to the gym to spar, work on stuff, not even like, I'm gonna get you back kind of thing. Yeah. Mad respect for him.
Yeah. It's funny boxing, and it's like, when it's all said and done, it's after, it's like just I always say that society and all this ego and all this bad man thing, and I want to show you what I'm about. They could learn so much from the way fighters conduct themselves. Get in there, sort it out. My granddad always says it was better when he was younger because people would just sort it out and then get on with life. And become best of mates after that, to pick each other up, buy each other a drink and say, right, so it's done. But I got mad respect for fighters that can do that. You've got relationships like that with some of your fighters.
Yeah. Well, he's on the boxing group. Most of my guys who I did one on last week. The one who beat me for my English title.
Who's that?
What's his name again? I forgot. I can't bother with it. Tall guy. Anyway. I saw him at a boxing show on Saturday.
Yeah.
Oh, yo. I was holding
That's good.
I forgot his name, but he's up here. I said, wait a minute. I said, you shrunk.
Do you know why I don't remember his name? Because he got hit so hard.
I got upset. No, I'm upset, man. I don't talk about it, man. Traumatized, man. You know, playing fights, man. You know what I mean? Upset you. But anyway, listen. What's your favourite knockout move, mate?
Knockout move?
Yeah. Or your favourite move in general, boxing.
What's your favourite shot?
Your favourite shot?
Shot. Overhand right.
Overhand right.
Yeah.
Overhand right.
Overhand right.
I thought you were
mine's the right hook. Mine's the right hook enough more.
No, I mean I like the right uppercut, but overhand right, you time it right.
Right the temple. Plop.
Not the temple, loop it.
Yeah.
Mine's left. Well, you get Manchester people say call it hook, but I think it's an uppercut. But anyway, we talk about. I like that left uppercut. Left uppercut to the body.
Right hook. Just take it clean out.
Shovel hook. Kind of.
The shovel down.
But it's coming up with it's in between the hook and uppercut. It's my favourite shot.
Mine's the right hook, man. The right hook, just catch clean. Boom.
That's what you did in your pro debut, right?
Pro debut.
No, we're not going to tell that story.
Don't talk about that.
Because this podcast.
Every time
we start talking about that, we'll be here all day.
Stop
but it is a funny.
Camera tell you, mate. You've got to encourage
story.
the boxers, haven't you? You know what I mean? We're coming through now. You know.
It is a funny story. We'll tell you a story about it off camera.
Anyway.
Is that my question?
Yeah.
Okay. What's your favourite workout song?
Favourite workout song.
And this is going to tell you a lot about your personality.
Favourite workout song. Probably, I like a lot of Bugsy Malone tracks. Bugsy Malone, Ordinary People.
Nice.
So we know a person who knows Bugsy.
Yeah.
Mr. Michael Jennings, he changed Michael Jennings.
Yeah.
So who's your favourite actor?
Favorite actor? Denzel. Denzel Washington.
I knew it was a Denzel.
There's two of you now. There's two of you.
That's me, because Johnny said Denzel.
Who said that as well?
Johnny says Denzel as well.
There you go.
Just before they're going to speak, like there's a post going out on our social media.
I'm doing what
No, it come out. It comes out on Monday.
Right, okay.
And Paulino, he's just about to send us a Denzel, and he goes, "You give me goosebumps." Is it my question?
Yeah.
Do you watch MMA?
Not as much as I should do. I watch it if it's on, but I don't follow it.
Okay, I want to ask you that question then. What's your favourite Mike Tyson fight?
Oh, my favourite Mike Tyson fight. I don't even have the favourite one.
That's so good, isn't it?
Like all of them.
I wouldn't even call it a boxing style. He just shifts.
His demeanour.
I could watch him any fight. I just enjoy it.
Do you know what it is about me? Do you know what it is about me now? Even after Mike stopped fighting, I just like listening to him.
Yeah.
I don't know what it is. I could just listen to him all day. You know the way he explains. People think he's thick. He's clever, man. Like the way he communicates things, the way he comes out. You know, like he comes out with quotations.
Well, obviously
like,
he's been around people and he's been in prison, so he's going to get education in prison if he's been that long.
No, but he's just lived life. I think he's lived 10,000 lifetimes in one lifetime. You know,
he's been through a lot.
You know, when I was boxing amateur, you know, my kit was the Mike Tyson shorts, the boots. I bought it from a magazine.
Yeah.
The boots, blackhead guard, black vest with a red, green, and gold stripe, and then a towel. That was my kit.
He used to come out in a gladiator suit.
But when I turned pro, I threw away that and I came out with my own.
Well, you have to
What was
be
your
your
first
own man.
nickname before the Black Gladiator?
No,
Untouchable.
He's coming like Brendan England now, you know what I mean? You know what I mean?
Dark Gladiator.
It's Dark Gladiator. Dark Gladiator. You know, he's like, oh, come here, Black Gladiator, get in here. In the ring. I said, Brendan, it's Dark Gladiator.
What was your nickname before that?
Before,
Untouchable.
Before, it was Untouchable, right? But
And then he got touched.
I got knocked out, right? So I changed it to Dark Gladiator. But that was wicked, because I had me that Gladiator shield, the shorts to go with it. So you have to have a gimmick. What's your gimmick?
Yeah. Well, it's the engine, but
yeah, but what do you do to let people know that you're the engine?
You should have an intro of a car.
No intro, nothing, no music.
yeah, it'll
Watch
come.
when you come out.
I can't come out making vroom vroom noises, so don't worry. I saw something. I could do,
you could
but
put Prince on, Prince. And you put a motorbike thing for it. I can't remember what his song is, but Prince has got one, and the motorbike comes on, and then
There's that Michael Jackson song
oh,
as
even
well.
that as well. Yeah.
Remember that Michael Jackson where all the cars are...
Is it Beat It? Is it Beat It?
No, I'll get it after. I can't remember it.
Yeah, okay.
Your question.
Okay. Last one. Favorite boxer. Who's your favorite boxer of all time? Or now, present?
I like different boxers for different things.
Yeah, okay. Okay.
Who's been the most influential on you? I had Roy Jones for me.
Yeah.
Roy and Nas.
No, listen. I know you got Roy Jones, but you got different boxes for.
I know. So that's why I said.
So you got Roy Jones for what? For what's influential?
What's the most influential? Let's put it that way. Who's influenced the most?
Influenced me the most. Two have influenced me probably the most because I started boxing late.
Yeah.
It would be Bernard Hopkins.
Yeah.
Okay.
Because I thought.
What do you like from him?
He had to make things very technical because of his age and losing some of his attributes. So he was a very technical smotherer or spoiler, so to speak.
Yeah.
And I thought it's amazing how he was winning, like beating up 20-year-olds, 30-year-olds when he was like 49.
Yeah.
And then Mayweather, Money and Pretty Boy.
Yes, like
there's a big difference. For me, it was the technicality in it. Because Pretty Boy had brittle hands, but he was still going out there doing this thing until he realized, actually, like, things are changing. I can't do that. I've got to work a different way. So then Money boxed a different way. He wasn't that come forward, aggressive kind of style, kind of like Broner. He was more like, as you said, he'll work you out. He'll be calm. He'll be defensive, and obviously he's got the best punch landing stats going. So people
think I'm a hater on Mayweather's, but I want to ask you, right? So this is just the way I see it, right? I think I work in the social media environment, and I realize that I see a lot of people earning lots of money in my sector, which, without being disrespectful, are not on my level, but they figure things out when it comes to marketing, figure things out how to market and strategize and how to do things. Now, I say this with all due respect. If Mayweather is born with his style of fighting, even Pretty Boy would have a better chance, but especially money. If he's born in the 80s, he doesn't make any money and he doesn't go nowhere, because 2 fights a year and not knocking people out would not capture the imagination of people. But talking and using social media, being born in an era where social media is. Look, Conor McGregor's won 1 fight in 5 years and he's still earning billions of pounds. Like, back in a different era, Mike Tyson and all these other guys had to knock people out, had to get you excited, had to go cross up by word of mouth. Like Drake is I've heard Drake's the biggest hip hop singing artist of all time.
Put him next to some of the...
We put him next to Biggie or Tupac. Come on now. We know there's levels, but he sold more records because of social media. So the way I see Money, I think he's utilised the season that he's in, the time that he's in. And this is why, for me, I can't regard him as the greatest fighter ever, like some people do, because all these top fights and the big money came from the welterweight division. I just can't see him beating Tommy Hands. I can't see him beating Sugar Ray Robinson, I just can't see
Julian Jackson.
I can't see it.
With the mindset
for me, it would be easier to open my mindset to it if he'd have fought Paul Williams, who was champion at the time, or even Vernon Forrest, because he'd have had to overcome some real
obstacles
fighting them guys that were big guys, right? Shane Moser couldn't overcome Vernon Forrest, do you know what I mean? So I do respect Mayweather, but for that I just think that he's the best prize fighter of all time.
Well, that's why I said I respect different ones for different things. Like Mayweather for his marketing and whatnot. Hate him or love him, you're gonna watch him. So he's winning.
What is that? Is that all he got?
Pernell Whitaker.
Why?
Come on.
For just
Pernell,
the skill and the enjoyment. He was enjoying what he was doing. He was elusive.
Showman
so
as
much,
well.
so much to take from him.
Leave that job.
In terms of knockouts and the way they use their power, it would be, for me, between Hearns and Julian Jackson with his left hooks.
I know.
I
felt sorry for Bomber Graham, man.
Bomber was
Felt
Bomber was winning that
winning
fight
as well.
Yeah, Bomber's the greatest fighter.
What about you,
that's never
John?
won a
Who are your
world title.
favourite boxers?
I had different fights for different things. So the most influential fighter on me would be Naz and Roy Jones, because I'm in the gym with Naz, so I've seen him firsthand. I feel privileged when I think back on that time, 3 or 4 years just in the gym, watch him every day.
What do you guys think to some of the newer boxers?
Ben Whittaker. What do you think of him?
Close to them styles.
Ben Whittaker. What do you think of him?
So I don't want to be disrespectful, because time will tell. Like, but I don't want to sound disrespectful.
From this way, because I was on Team GB with Ben Whittaker.
Let's talk about
and
that.
I've seen him coming through. I have to just hands down and be like, wow,
different level.
Different level.
Yeah.
I mean,
so he was boxing like that, but obviously he couldn't box like
he wasn't always boxing like that.
But when he turned pro,
obviously stuff happened, and it's not for me to say. But he had to learn to box like that. So when you put it in that perspective, like how I've said, Mayweather, like he had brittle hands, so he had to change his style from a power puncher to technical.
That's it. Yeah.
Ben had to learn how to box like that. So to even learn how to box like that and be that elusive and do what he's doing.
It's interesting, because for us, so this is what I think of Ben. I'm not being disrespectful if Ben ever sees this, but he's doing it now against guys that I can't really
throw anything back.
The guys he's fighting right now are not challenging him, so I want to see him be able to do that against a name fighter, or someone like that. Because when I see the Ingle style and how we did it, when I see Naz, when I see Ryan Rhodes, when I see Johnny Nelson, when I see Ben right now, his upper body is elusive, his feet are all over the place. His balance is not set in the right positions. And I can see that. And he's getting away with that because of the caliber opponent. But when you're going up against someone a bit more experienced,
who's going to come forward,
or needs to catch you out once, and I don't know if he does come through that.
More smooth with it, and
if he,
I think like you said, it's just one of those time will tell kind of things.
Exactly, only time will tell. But when we've seen Naz doing it and all the rest in his prime, his feet are always in the right place. He's never caught off balance. You very rarely catch him out of balance, and he always knows where to come back with his power shot. He's always got his power shots ready to come back with. So I think time will tell, but there's no doubt he's exciting though.
Right, I'll give you my 3: James Toney, Mike Tyson, and Roy Jones. Just them 3. I just love the way James Toney's his attitude, and the shorts his down like he's down here. I want to laugh, boy, I'm down here. And Mike Tyson, I like the aggression, the way he comes into the ring, that mentality. I bring that in sometimes. I try and take it and bring it in.
It's so interesting when you say that though, right? So let's have a conversation about this.
Let me just, my phone's ringing there.
Okay.
It's
you alright?
Yeah, my phone's non-stop ringing as well. Mike Tyson talks about when we see him intense, when we see him like coming out, or like we see like, I want to be like that. Actually, he talks about he's scared in that moment.
But he's
so we're perceiving it differently.
But then there was one video where he talks about he's in the changing room.
He's crying,
this, that, the other. But then when he sees the ring, he can feel himself getting.
As you walk towards
as I walk towards the ring, I become better. I become more powerful. That's always stuck with me as well. Like as when you guys were saying now, when is that switch? Is that when you
go through the road?
When is it? Is it in the change rooms or coming out?
It's
you know the changing room.
It's coming out once you're in the ring.
Once you put the bandages on and the gloves on.
Are you locked in? You're locked in.
And he boxes on as well. I'm gonna go to the toilet as well.
Like last time when they put that bandage around your gloves, like locked in, it's time.
And you're gonna go to the toilet. And you go, can you take the toilet, please? Many times I've seen that in the changing room.
I remember when I was in kickboxing in my earlier fights, I've done all sorts of things like I've got a headache, or you're trying to make excuses, but it's when you go out, it's like,
it's different. Once you're going at A music and you see a crowd and you think, you know what, tunnel vision, man. You're dealing, man. That's what you gotta do when you're going out there, and when the bell rings, smiling stops. Like we're smiling now, but when they're gonna ring it, just change.
But your name's actually Donovan Smiley.
Yeah, well, I don't know.
That's bad. I don't smile too much.
You should have had a nickname, Smiley. Really.
I know, but that gladiator is better though. It's better. I like
Did you pick it yourself, or did someone pick it for you?
Did it?
Because I got knocked out. It was untouchable, wasn't it? And then he said, you know what? I'm going to change your name, Dark Gladiator. You know why? Just no nonsense. So I thought, you know what? Yeah. So I started acting that way. It's just a gimmick.
Yeah. Like an alter ego, like
it's getting a ring,
step into the character.
Every fighter's got to have that.
Most guys
like,
bouncing around the ring and all that, and you know what I mean? No, I just got in the ring, like Gladiator, took it off and I stood there. And just imagine this, you're in the other side, I'm stood there in the corner, I'm staring like that. They call my name out and I'm stood there just watching it like that.
He's
like a madman.
Yeah,
when I intimidate you.
Where's the white jacket? Let this guy up. Psychotic.
Just imagine like staring like that. Don't move. Until the referee says, come into the middle, you go into the middle, boom, touch. All right, let's go. And then they start fighting. It worked every time. It worked. It worked. Even scaring John, looking at him.
You don't scare me.
It does pass like that, John. Look at that, madman.
No.
Look at the eyes. Look at the eyes, John.
No,
look at the eyes.
No, mate, you don't
Scaring
do
it. Yeah.
No. All I see is the bit of smile, mate. Let me rewind a little bit. How long ago, in fact, let's start here. When did you arrive on GB? How long did you stay on GB? And when did you break away? You turned pro in 2014?
No, I turned pro in 2016. So I was on GB from 2012 till 2016.
Okay.
Yeah.
And who was there when you was there?
Myself, people like Felix Clash,
Jack Bateson,
Anthony Fowler, Kez Ashfaq.
Kez Ashfaq, he's fighting at the weekend, isn't
he? Sean McGoldrick.
You know, I banged into him. I banged into him on...
Is he a Leeds man?
December 20th in a nightclub.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, is that time you went out?
And I walked up to him and I actually had that on, and he's like, "Oh, as we watch the podcast."
Nice.
Yeah, it's weird.
If you're watching this now, keep away, man.
Sam Maxwell, Cody Davis, Lawrence Usweki, Josh Kelly, Pat McCormack, Luke McCormack, Fraser Clark, Josh Buatsi, John Newell.
We need to get Buatsi and Fraser on this podcast.
Fraser's fighting soon, though, isn't it?
And Joe Joyce as well.
Joe Joyce.
He's fighting. I can't remember the guy. He's fighting for the British.
Wardley.
What do you think of that?
Wardley, yeah.
What do you think of that fight?
It's a good match.
Good match.
It's a good fight. I think people underestimate Clark.
I do. I like, you see the polls and whatnot. It's just
it's closer than the making out.
Yeah.
Okay.
Because Fraser's tough.
Yeah. And he can box good as well, yeah?
Yeah,
love it as well. He's bigger. He's bigger than Wardley.
Okay.
Yeah. It's funny enough, I was stood next to Wardley when he got into that. You know, when we was down at the press conference.
Yeah.
My camera
literally
my camera fell over because them two started scrapping in front of me. Wardley.
Yeah.
Wow.
Gee.
I just saw my £3,000 camera. Like, drop the camera, man. Because I'm good friends with Lewis Williams.
Yeah.
And he must have just come straight after you left.
Yeah.
He's on GB now, and he used to do a lot of sparring with Ben Whittaker.
Tall lad, man.
Crossover. Yeah, he's very tall.
Tall, man.
But he's in the heavyweight division. And then when you transition into the pro ranks, for you, how is that? And a lot of people don't understand the difference between amateur and pros. Would you say at the level you was at JB that the amateurs were more competitive than the pros when you started out? Because people say the amateurs are very competitive.
Yeah. They are very competitive, but it's just a different game. Like, even when you're a pro sparring amateurs, you always know, okay, these first 2 or 3 rounds are going to be
rapid,
lit. They're going to be mad.
Yeah.
As soon as that's done, it's my time. Like, as a pro, you just know that. You know, round 2, round 3, you're like, all right, it's time now. And then you just set about them, do what you're doing, and then that's when they also realize, how do them guys keep going? Because it's just a different game.
Experience.
Yeah.
I prefer,
even as an amateur of a pro style, it's still a different game.
Yeah. Because the GB guys are training at a lot higher level out there.
No, they do. And we did WSB, World Series Boxing, so 5-round pro style. That was
that's where Usyk fought Joe Joyce and that, didn't it? Yeah. That was a good
5 2-minute rounds, wasn't it?
3 minutes. 5 threes,
Okay. I can remember when it changed in amateur, when I was boxing amateur. I think it was 5 or something, or 5 2s or 3s, something like that. I was boxing in Jersey.
Yeah.
So we're going to come to end now, but I want to come back to what we were talking at the start. The 5v against 5 matchroom v Queensberry.
Yeah.
We started with Conor. He's the matchroom guy calling out. So when we talk about that division, there's a lot of fighters around that division, and Conor's not fought a lot of them guys. So let's talk about some names. You're obviously in there. You got Chris Congo in there. You got Florio Marco in there. You got, who else we got in there?
Chris Congo, Lewis Crocker, Connor Walker. He's shot up in the rankings now as well.
How does he go on against these people that he's not fighting? Because he seems to be moving in a totally different
direction,
trajectory, innit? And we understand that he can't fight in England right now, but they're moving him in a different trajectory. It's just your tradition, like your British Commonwealth European. You understand what I mean? He's gonna.
It's I guess nowadays it's either traditional route or international route. But in the international route, you can still fight certain people and build yourself up. But it doesn't seem that way per se with him. But having been on GB, I used to spar him back when I was on GB. I can say he's hella improvement. He's improved. He's got pop on him. He's fast and whatnot. But obviously, the whole drug scandal puts a smear on what he's done or how he's going on now as well. It's one of them things you'll never really know unless he fights at a certain level, fights certain people.
Because that welterweight division's stacked at the top.
Yeah, welterweight stacked. To get to the top of a welterweight division, you have to fight some good people. So, like, if you want to come out of boxing knowing, look, I'm proven. Like, I'm proven. Then you have to fight them names.
Because you've got David, the guy from Newcastle.
David who?
David
this year, he's there. He's around that division as well, isn't he? He fought Crawford.
Yeah.
Is he still EBU champion?
I don't know. He's not. He had to relinquish that to go for.
Who's European champion now?
EBU. I think it's a Frenchman.
Is it?
I'm sure after David relinquished it, a French and a Spanish lad fought for it, but they drew, and then I think the Frenchman might have won it.
Would you like to go that direction?
Oh yeah, that's about I've won it. But when I had the IBF European, I couldn't because So give me a shot at that EBU title, whack it in Dubai or in abroad.
Then you ticked off the first 3, hadn't you?
Man.
And which of the world title belts? I always like the IBF. I don't know why everyone says green, but I like the IBF. But what's your belt?
When I look at the rankings, I think to get the IBF belt, you have to beat some concrete motherfuckers, like some different creatures from the Black Lagoon to win that belt. So that's the belt I'd love to win, but obviously the main one is the WBC.
So you got to go and chase Mr. Crawford.
Well, is he going to stay at the weight?
He's
really, you're going to end up chasing Ennis.
He hasn't got long left, has he?
Yeah, you're going to be chasing Ennis.
I want to take you out back to the future now, I'm going to take you out and put in like the Ricky Hatton era. How do you think you'd fit in there? Who would you fight in that era? Junior Witter, you got the Ricky Hattons, you know
John
what I mean?
Faxton.
So go on, you got John Faxton. Who would you like to go in and mix up and how would you?
Forget errors. Who would you, from all errors, who would you like to
just stick with that one. Just stick with that one because it's too far back. It's too far back. I
would have loved to fight Ricky Hatton. Ricky Hatton himself. Yeah.
You could see yourself doing well. Yeah. Okay.
You belong.
Leave it at that. Say no more. We'll go into no depth.
He's saying that because he sparred Ricky.
We used to spar with him. We both did. When I was first turned pro, we used to go down there, Billy Graham, and spar. Well, we used to live down there.
Very intense trainer.
Intense. Bar bag and go back sparring.
When I think about all the people that I've trained around, I've learned different things. So I've trained around 11 world champions. Ricky was by far the environment, man. Like, it was
crazy. And also we had
walk into the gym and it just
we
just never relaxes.
We had Ainsley Bingham, we had Carl Thompson.
Yeah,
when Carl Thompson was, I was there when Carl Thompson was training for the Eubanks fight. Twice I was in the same camp. You know what I mean?
And Carl Thompson fought Eubanks.
Moyes Core.
They trained hard.
They trained hard.
It was
like
intense.
I was looking at it like, is that level I got to go to?
Sparring was intense.
Tough.
Yeah, I don't know if I like that level of sparring. the sparring
Every
was
gym's
intense.
different. That gym was like Kronk's gym. It was like a Kronk's
doghouse.
Yeah, the yellow shorts. So it's copied off that Kronk's gym.
But then when you train in the Ingles, then it was the opposite.
Body sparring, like, oh, that's not bad.
But the Sheffield fighters beat all the Manchester fighters and beat all the, you know what I mean, at one point.
Yeah.
And they were totally opposite. There was no intensity.
Right.
Guys, I hope you've enjoyed the podcast episode. We're going to leave it with Ekow leaving a question for the next guest.
Yeah.
What question would you leave for them?
I'll make it simple. What advice would you give to the youngers to make sure that they don't have to learn from hindsight?
Okay, that's good.
That's a deep question. That's a deep question.
Okay.
Guys, thanks for tuning into the 13th for Final Round podcast. Don't forget to like, share and comment.
And don't forget to subscribe and tell a friend. We're here.
And we out.
All right.